Another great creative technique on the Baby Lock Accomplish is FreeMotion quilting. We have to do a couple of things as far as setup. The first thing that we're going to do is on our feed dog adjustment dial, we need to take it to that gray setting, which is really dropping those feed dogs. We do not want those feed dogs up. And as you can see on the machine, the feed dogs are now in a lower position. So when I place my fabric in here, I can move my fabric back and forth. Had I left my feed dogs in an up position, I wouldn't be able to move my fabric. The next thing that we've done is we've actually attached the FreeMotion Foot, and you can see that that has a single needle hole there, but it also has a clear opening so you can see everything that is happening. As far as adjusting the stitch length, we don't need to do that because we control the movement of the fabric, so we can control the length of the fabric. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually bring my bobbin thread up. I'm going to use the hand wheel to come down and then come all the way up, or one full rotation, and I'm going to simply pull that bobbin thread up. There's my bobbin thread. It's always important on this machine when you're using the hand wheel to make sure that you take it that full rotation so that that bobbin thread comes up cleanly. Okay, I'm going to take a couple of stitches in one place just to secure those threads. I'm going to go ahead and clip my thread tails, and now I'm ready to start stitching. And because I have this extension table in place, I now have a nice flat surface for my fabric to glide around. So I'm just going to simply move my fabric as I'm stitching. I'm just doing some little loop-de-loops right now. And I control, again, the movement by the amount of pressure I put on that foot control. So the faster I go, the more I have to move my fabric, or the quicker I have to move my fabric. So your fabric movement has to match the movement of, or the pressure that you put on that foot control. If I'm pressing really heavy on the foot control and I'm not moving my fabric, I am going to have very unattractive stitches, or my stitches may possibly build up on one another. So I'm just going to kind of rotate my direction. The nice open throat space here is very accommodating for the width of the fabric that I have, and you can see I'm creating beautiful designs as I'm stitching. I'm going to slow down just a little bit because I want a little bit more control over those designs, keeping my fabric nice and flat against the bed of my machine so that I control what those stitches look like. So you can see how easy it is to go ahead or to actually do FreeMotion quilting on the Baby Lock Accomplish. We'll pull our fabric out here and we'll take a look at my handiwork. You can see how pretty those stitches are, and you can just see how pretty that is on the Baby Lock Accomplish and FreeMotion quilting using the drop feed dogs, and then also using that great FreeMotion Foot.